Hey there, sports history fan. This is Ross Bliley, the host of the Pigskin Tales podcast. Are you looking for that perfect, unique gift for your sports-loving child or grandchild? Or maybe you're looking for one. Well, I got something very unique for you. It's a racket. It's the ultimate device for the ultimate fan. It's perfect for any time you need to make some noise. What it is a 7-inch compact megaphone. It's got 8 powerful adjustable LED lights, noisemakers. Plus, you can design it all you want to match your team's colors. So get on out there and let's get loud. Bring a racket to your next game or competition to cheer on your favorite team or athlete. To pick up your racket today, head to myracket.com. That's myraket.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
The Rose Bowl. The game that inspired the college football bowl season has a long and storied history. The stadium itself is 100 years old, and in celebration of it, Pigskin Dispatch is assembling some of the top historians and authors to share the memories, people, and events that make the granddaddy of them all the special game that it is. Enjoy this Rose Bowl memory from pigskindispatch.com.
Hello, my football friends. This is Darren Hayes of PigskinDispatch.com. Welcome once again to the Pig Pen, your portal to Rose Bowl history. We're Rose Bowl History Month, 40 straight days of Rose Bowl history celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Rose Bowl Stadium. And boy, have we had some fun talking about these great games and great players and all these great events that centered around that stadium in Pasadena, California. Just want to let you know you can join our newsletter for free by going to the show notes of this very podcast or at the top of PigskinDispatch.com. You get a newsletter each and every day letting you know everything is coming out of the Pig Pen. That's Pigskin Dispatch articles, posts, audios, and podcasts coming from there, as well as JerseyDispatch.com, the same there, and Orville Mulligan Sports Writer, as well as many of the posts that come from the SportsHistoryNetwork.com. So go to your show notes and answer 2 questions. Tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m., you will have our newsletter, and you can cancel it anytime, no obligation. Now let's get to that 1965 Rose Bowl game. It was the Michigan Wolverines meeting up with the Oregon State Beavers by invitation only in Pasadena on January 1st, 1965 at the Rose Bowl Stadium. That season, under head coach Bump Elliott, the Wolverines recorded an 8-1 conference record that clinched a Rose Bowl berth while setting themselves up in the polls with a number 4 ranking. Now, there was some controversy with the Beavers' invitation to the big game, though, on New Year's. They had tied USC with identical 3-1 conference records. However, they didn't play each other head-to-head due to the reshuffling of the Pacific Coast Conference that went into its demise and folded, and then the start of the Athletic Association of Western Universities, AAWU, trying to figure things out, and Oregon State was just becoming a member of that team, so that's why they weren't scheduled against USC. Well, the member schools voted with that tie of records, and Oregon State won the selection, and their head coach, Tommy Prothro, was going to prepare them to play in this big game against a very good Michigan Wolverines team. Now, in the game, the underdog Beavers scored first. The Paul brothers connected on a 5-yard pass to Doug McDougal in the end zone, and Steve Clark kicked the extra point, Beavers 7-0. The Wolverines retained for a bit. However, tailback Mel Anthony ran for 84 yards, a Rose Bowl record at the time, for a Michigan touchdown. However, in a real backbreaker, Richard Cigar, the kicker, missed the point after attempt, and the Beavers still held the edge 7-6. The Wolverines on the next position, though, got Carl Ward running 43 yards for a touchdown, but the 2-point conversion to try to get that point they missed earlier back. It was a pass from quarterback Bob Timberlake to Ben Farabee. It was broken up in the end zone, and the Wolverines led 12-7 at the half. The second half belonged to Michigan as Anthony got active and blocked the punt and rushed for 2 more touchdowns in the third quarter, and quarterback Timberlake ran for 24 yards for the final score of 34-7. Mel Anthony was rewarded for his outstanding play as the game's most outstanding player, and another victory in the Rose Bowl for the Wolverines. They had won the very first one, 49-0. This one, 34-7 over Oregon State. So just another tremendous game, another great piece of Rose Bowl history and football history with some of these great players and great plays that happened there. And, Bump Elliott was quite the coach for the Michigan Wolverines. He doesn't get the credit that some of his predecessors and those before him got, but those are some big shoes to fill when you got people like Fielding Yost and Fritz Chrysler and Bo Schembechler, and that's Bump Elliott is right up there with them, believe me, because he was a very solid coach with the Wolverines, and showed so in that 1965 Rose Bowl. So you can catch all these Rose Bowl games. We have a lot with historians and experts coming on. Some are solo monologues by yours truly, but we have the research, and we're covering all these Rose Bowls to bring you the most in Rose Bowl history, and we have a lot of great things planned here. So if you've missed any episodes, don't worry, go to Pigskin Dispatch, just put in the search box quotation marks Rose Bowl quotation, and you'll see all kinds of great stuff coming up there, all these great games, and catch up on some great history, remembering these great Rose Bowl games that happened in the past. We're going to try to get to all 108 of them before the big day, and that's our goal, and we're right on target to do that. So join us each and every day for more, and catch up on the ones you haven't. We're your favorite podcast provider too, Pigskin Dispatch, and don't forget to sign up for that newsletter in the show notes of this very podcast. Till tomorrow, everybody, have a great Gridiron Day. That's all the football history we have today, folks. Join us back tomorrow for more of your football history. We invite you to check out our website, pigskindispatch.com, not only to see the daily football history, but to experience positive football with our many articles on the good people of the game, as well as our own football comic strip, Cleat Marks Comics. Pigskindispatch.com is also on social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel to get all of your positive football news and history. Special thanks to the talents of Mike and Gene Monroe, as well as Jason Neff for letting us use their music during our podcast.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com. Hey there, sports history fan. This is Arnie Chapman, a.k.a. the Football History Dude, and I hope that you enjoyed this recent episode presented by the Sports History Network and were able to learn some good old-fashioned sports history knowledge nuggets. I started the Sports History Network back in 2020 with the mission to help podcasters find a community of like-minded sports history nerds, as well as helping aspiring podcasters to start their own shows. We have a little bit over 30 shows on the network right now covering all sorts of sports history, but as far as I'm concerned, we're just at the toothpick in the ocean moment, that can't even figure it out because there's so much more coming. We wanted to create the ultimate headquarters for sports yesteryear, starting with Podcast Network and our website, but we're going to continue to move into other mediums as well. And here's the cool part, because we want you to be part of our team. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or maybe being a guest on one of our shows, or who knows, maybe even writing an article for us over on the website. Seriously, all you gotta do is reach out to us on the contact page over at sportshistorynetwork.com. You can be as technologically savvy as a Neanderthal tapping on a stone trying to figure out this whole hieroglyphics thing back in the day. Again, it doesn't matter, because even if you don't understand the whole podcast space, we have a production team that can pretty much help you out with doing everything. All you gotta do, head over to sportshistorynetwork.com, head to the contact page, fill it out. That message goes right to me, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. But for now, dude, I'm through if you're through.